as the heat wave goes up, a very peculiar phenomena is on our minds. Now, most of us think that pollution is a winter problem. October comes, air turns grey, you start seeing through those AQI alerts and everyone panics. Then summer arrives and we think, "Arey, abhi to sab safe hai." We are not safe. The reason we do not notice summer pollution the way we notice winter pollution is partly visual. Winter smog is visible. You can see it, smell it, taste it. Summer haze is less dramatic. But the particles are still there, still entering your airways, still triggering sinus infections, allergic, enteritis as well, sort of persistent coughs, eye irritation. How many of you do you know around you who are coughing now? Just think about it. Pollution did not go on a holiday break, remember, because the temperatures crossed 40 degrees. The calendar changed and the pollutant changed. I'll tell you about that. The damage is still being done. Right now, in May of 2026, Delhi NCR is sitting at 46 degrees heat and the air is still in the poor category. You'll be shocked by these numbers. Greater Noida AQI, 312. Ghaziabad, 247 AQI. Noida, 233 AQI. The Commission of Air Quality Management has already triggered stage 1 GRAP measures in the middle of the heat wave. We don't know if it's being enforced or not, but that's the deal. GRAP 1 is in place. But let's understand what changed. What is the phenomenon of summer pollution? Remember, pollution has not gone, just the pollutant has changed. So listen carefully. Now, in winter, the villain is PM 2.5, released from stubble burning, vehicle exhaust, wood fires. They go deep into your lungs. They get trapped close to the ground because the temperature inversion, remember we told you that? Then the phenomena where cold air sits on the surface and warm air below acts like a lid, sealing everything in. What happens in the summer? Completely different story. Here, the dominant pollutant now is PM 10. And the source is mostly dust. This is how it works. Now, the Thar Desert sits on the west, northwest of the northern plains, you understand that? In the summer, the land heats up so intensely that it creates what is called a heat low, a thermal low pressure system that stretches all the way to Iran. This pulls in a strong westerly wind. Remember your science lessons? When there is a low pressure area, something will come and take its place. So the western winds come and take its place. It is what we call loo, blowing at 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. Those winds do not travel empty. They carry dust from West Asia, Thar, all the way across North India. And then the geography finishes the job. The Indo-Gangetic plains are boxed in, remember, like that. Himalayas to the north, and the peninsular plateau to the south. The dust has nowhere to go. It is trapped here. It sits there circulating, building up, raising PM 10 levels and day after day. And until the monsoon finally washes it out, it stays there. Then there is a local problem on top of that. Understand that. Broken roads, uncovered construction sites, dry, cracked soil on every barren patch of land. Heat sort of desiccates the soil aggressively. Loose particles sit on every surface waiting for the dust, and the gust of wind to pick them up. The loo obviously obliges, so it's all just, blowing in the wind with it. There is another summer pollutant that barely gets talked about, and this is ground level ozone. Not the good ozone, remember, up, in the stratosphere that shields us from the UV radiation. There is an ozone forming right at the surface as a byproduct of the chemical reaction between nitrogen oxides and sort of volatile organic compounds. बहुत technical नहीं है, just bear with me. What happens here is that the heat and sunlight drive these reactions, and as a result, in peak summer, you have something called a ground level ozone that builds up. And that is what inflames and damages lung tissues as well. So because of a whole host of factors, at 45 degrees, AQI is 300, which is why here on the program and repeatedly I've been saying that air pollution is a year-long problem, air pollution is a pan-India problem, and we need a solution now. On this program, we don't just raise questions, we also provide solutions. So here is what you need to be doing to keeping to actually keep yourself safe this summer. You don't want to land up in the hospital, so drink wisely, also drink intelligently. Watch this report to understand what electrolytes do and why they are important for you this summer. हमें कितना पानी पीना चाहिए दिन में?
2 to 3 liters.
गलत जवाब.
I thought अपने body weight के हिसाब से पीना होगा ऐसे.
सही जवाब. So you're drinking water, eating fruits, doing everything right this summer, but you're still getting tired, getting headaches almost, and you're cramping up. Well, it's not a hydration problem, it is an electrolyte problem. For this video, we spoke with Dr. Shivaranjani Santosh. Also, we spoke with Dr. Ritika. So let's understand what happens when we sweat in the summer. Remember, you are not only losing water, you're losing sodium, potassium, also chloride. And these are the basic 3 minerals that are actually controlling how hydrated your body really feels. And without them, you'll have things like muscle cramp, also energy crash.
And losing your mind.
Yeah, brain fog bhi hota hai, she's right. Also, plain water cannot replace these. Remember, that's what electrolytes are really for. People who sweat heavily, spend a lot of time outdoors, exercise regularly, or also recovering from maybe diarrhea or vomiting, they genuinely need electrolytes. But if you're not sure if you actually need it, here's a quick cheat sheet for you. Firstly, check the color of your urine. If it's dark yellow, then it's clearly a red flag. If you have dry lips, if you have headaches, if you have muscle cramps, also if you're generally just feeling very tired in the middle of the day, all of these are signs that your body is asking for more. But if you're mostly indoors, you're eating a balanced meal, your food is already covering it. You don't really need anything fancy. For example, a banana is great. Nimbu pani is of course great for hydration. Add a pinch of salt, some sugar if you like. Nariyal pani, chach, all of them are great ways to keep yourself hydrated. If you have kidney issues, check with your doctor before loading up on any of the electrolytes. Now, what about people who are outdoors in extreme heat? If you're doing 60 to 70 minutes of intense workout, or even if you're going for a long walk in the heat, then adding an electrolyte powder is absolutely fine. Also, what you have to be careful about is some of the sports drinks that are there in the market. They have a lot of sugar in it. So what you have to do is actually read the label and see what exactly is inside these powders and these drinks. You have to look for things like sodium, potassium listed. And if it's not clearly mentioned, it's probably just flavored sugar water. Also, if someone is actually sick, मतलब आपको diarrhea, vomiting type का हो गया है, तो WHO बोलता है that ORS is actually the gold standard for any kind of rehydration. But ORS पीने में एक catch है, you have to follow the exact ratio on the packet. जैसे ये पैकेट पे लिखा हुआ है 1 लीटर वाटर, तो आपको ये पूरा पैकेट 1 लीटर वाटर में मिलाना है. One last thing, don't overdo on your electrolytes either. You know, it can cause irregular heartbeats as well. So what are you doing to stay hydrated this summer?